Two men. Some podcasting equipment. What could possibly go wrong? Don't you think we have enough of them?
Yeah, we have enough of those.
No! Ladies and gentlemen, prepare your ears for a listening experience you've never had. It's Pertinent Podcast!
Welcome back to the It's Pertinent Podcast, the podcast where dreams are made of
the effort that you're willing to put into them, because contrary to popular opinion, just daydreaming about it is not going to eventuate into realizing the dream. You lazy.
Okay. Thank you very much.
There's a little bit of internal dialogue there, you know. It's sometimes nice to voice those things to get the emotions out.
Yeah, a little bit of a vent.
A little bit of a vent at you in particular.
You know who you are.
Myself. Yeah. It's my morning mirror dialogue with myself. Monologue.
Affirmations?
Yeah.
Affirmations.
lazy.
And it really gets me going.
I just love negative feedback.
Well, thank you, podcast co-host Clive.
That's not my name. Try again.
Clint.
I don't mind that.
Clint.
And I'm here with Jim Bob.
Wow, a lot of Bobs in my names. I don't mind it.
It's just, I don't
Jim
know.
Bob is a weird nickname for me. I know that James gets nicknamed into a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
And I've hated it my entire life being a James.
Yeah. Jim.
I hate
Jimmy.
Well, I have a very specific case for Jim. It's my nieces and my nephew can call me Uncle Jim, and that's it. I don't like being called Jim in any other capacity.
Once I heard that, I was like, okay,
And
Jim it is.
Kurt almost exclusively calls me Jim,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Hello,
What are
Jim.
Jamie is not my name. I've hated that since I've heard it for the first time.
No one can do that.
Yeah. But there are other nicknames for James that are silly.
Was I the one who started Jim Bob?
I think so.
I don't know.
I mean, I've heard
that.
Jim Bob before.
Okay, yeah. I feel like
Jim,
I don't think it's a unique
Jimmy.
thing. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, Jimmy's tough.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Curtis.
Jamesy. Yeah, Curtis is the only one I get.
But that's just not your name.
No.
It's just an adding to your name.
I, all through school, always got, is that your full name? Is Kurt just your full name? I'm like, I don't know. It's whatever you want it to be. I'm like, oh my God, so much serious. It's
I'm
like, yeah.
special.
It's like, dude, it can literally be nothing else.
Yeah.
It's Kurt. Or what? Kurtley.
Kurtley.
Huh.
That's a cute one.
I don't think that's a real name.
I don't think it's a real name either.
Kurtley. I think Kurtley is a like adjective.
It sounds like someone tried to say curly really incorrectly.
Isn't it an adjective? It describes something.
Kurtley.
I think I might be thinking of something else. Anyways, regardless, I feel like we are kind of the like literacy pod in certain aspects.
The literacy podcast.
We were trying to figure out a new there was a game we wanted to play, and James left it with me. Went to the bathroom, came back. I'm like, I don't think we can do this. We have Rad Libs, we have 15, we've got Sanskrit Shootout, Speed Draw. They're interchangeable in my mind.
Yeah.
And I just think we have too much stuff to do with words.
A lot of words.
Because we had another one that's called Chain Linked, where you have to guess a word based off the initial letter.
Word.
And then, and the amount of letters in it. And then that links to the next word and next word, next word.
Just sounds so complicated.
Well, it would be fun, but it's like we've got like four other games.
A lot of word games.
Yeah, a lot of word games. So we're not the literacy pod. We also are no longer going to be the Slickback Joe pod.
Yeah, no more mentions of Slickback Joe.
Slickback Joe. He goes by it's more of a catchy rhyme name, but I don't know if I can say it. It's got a lot to do with a crime. Starts with a P, ends in an aisle.
Oh yeah, maybe that's not.
But it like if you shorten that down, it's quite a good nickname for him. But no, I'm moving Jim's.
Apropos.
Yeah, apropos. Good. Stop. We're not the literacy pod.
Hey, I'm trying.
And I've decided I'm going to move Jim's. Not because of him.
Just make that abundantly clear.
But you know, he's definitely part of it.
Text up here,
Not. But he's part of the problem with the culture there, you know. So gonna say goodbye to that. Unfortunately, no more stories. But I feel like that one just has so much to unpack that I couldn't possibly get through enough of it.
Let's get a round of applause for that. Let's get a round of applause.
No, we won't.
Please continue a round of applause.
For me or for Joe?
No, for you leaving.
Oh yeah, no.
A
I'll
toxic
take
situation.
That. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, terrible relationship with that gym. So yeah, did you have any news in the last week, James?
No, I don't. Do you?
Oh God, I'm so glad that you asked.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I actually this week, like within the last week, 7 days, have adopted a kitten. I have. And I'm starting to quickly realize.
And despite the fan mail, it's not just me in a suit.
No, it's not. It's really not. I was like adopting all the stereotypes that come with being like a quote unquote cat dad, because I was rambling to somebody about it the other day where I was like, oh yeah, so, you know, I'm making sure to get her on like an eating schedule. And so she ate once this time, and then she actually managed to poop in the litter today. And I got to the end of it and I was like, wow, you sound like you're just an actual dad. I'm like, wow, that's really boring what I'm talking about. But it's the most interesting thing to me in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's your entire world. You've got a daughter now.
So yeah, I've got a little daughter named
You're
Scout.
a father.
Yeah, little kitten, little tuxedo cat.
Chuck her up on the screen somewhere.
Could put her up on the story.
Yeah, we'll chuck her up on the story. In the pipes.
In the pipes. Yeah, very, very adorable little thing. So my life has changed really not much.
You could potentially hear her when she wakes up. You'll hear her rummaging around.
Yeah. Maybe. Little cameo. Second guest on the pod. Jimothy.
Yes.
We were just talking about how we might be the literacy pod.
Yeah.
And to keep our identity nice and strong and true, I think we should include one of those aforementioned games that we were doing, that we were talking about as we started the show today.
Perhaps we need a monocle to remain as scholarly as possible.
Well, for this, unfortunately, we do not display our greatest scholarly skills, as I don't think we've won yet.
We haven't. We've either not done it correctly,
Yeah.
or just failed outright.
Yeah. Either miscounted our scores or just not been able to
And that's
complete
going to
it.
change today.
Today's got to be the day.
It has to.
And it's going to come down to you having the best description words available for the game that we have aptly titled 15. No room for error here. Here we go. Yo, only got 15 chances to guess the word. It's only 8 words to guess. Finding important figures to eloquently explain nuance. For a quick refresher to anyone that may have forgotten, or if you're just tuning in this episode, 15 is a game we play where there are 8 words that James will have written down on his page right now that he needs me to guess. But he can only use 15 description words or like keywords total throughout all of those 8 words to be able to convey to me what those words are.
And it's tough.
And it's stupidly difficult.
It's weirdly hard. Harder than you might think.
And because the problem I run into is when I'm writing them down, I'm in a like particular state of mind. So I'm like, okay, this, that. Like I will have a specific train of thought. Whereas I think where the key comes in is being able to analyze the person you're playing with's mindset and being like, okay, where would they go logically from this word? And it's really hard.
And you would think of how many times we've played this,
Yeah.
we'd be really good at it.
And we're just not.
We're not.
Yeah. It's one of those. So look, if you're playing along with us, which I think we recommend, I've heard people doing that with Sanskrit speed draw.
Recommend you playing along. See how much smarter you are than we are.
No, see if you're more in touch with us than we are with each other.
Yeah. Okay. Cue it. First word. Outer. Oh, I've just realized. Remember, we're not going personal.
We're not going personal. Outer rim. Bugger.
Stars.
Outer? Oh, outer space? Okay, cool.
Timepiece.
Watch.
Timepiece is one word, by the way.
Timepiece is one word. It is, that's true.
This is hyphenated. Not the word I'm getting you to guess, but the word I'm about to say. WD-40.
Okay, so this could be a few different things I'm thinking here. Because either you could be talking about what WD-40 is as a tool or what it can be applied to, in what situation it's applied to. My first thought was squeaky. That's a shame. Because, you know, that's what you use a WD-40 for. I actually have to use it for my chair at the moment. Really annoying. Am I on the right track, or was that a...
Kind of.
Do you feel now that WD-40 was a red herring?
Potentially.
Okay.
I like how I'm answering in one word. All right, I might need to burn a couple here.
What? No, we've never had a 3 in a row.
What's that guy's name?
Jerry Seinfeld.
No, that's way too personal and also really niche. I don't know if you'd get that.
I'm gonna snap a photo for the sake.
Slippery.
WD-40 slippery.
This is going to be a really tough one.
But you would, okay, so you wouldn't have done oil for WD-40 because then slippery is. But that makes no sense, because you could have done something else for oil. You're looking at me like I should be saying oil.
No. Keep on the train of thought that you have arrived at the station and jumped on.
So WD-40 to oil.
I didn't say oil.
You said slippery. Slippery. So you wouldn't be doing oil. Sorry. WD-40 slippery. Squeaky was not the answer. How do those two interconnect? Or just connect? They don't have to interconnect. Am I thinking too hard?
No.
I don't have anything though. WD-40 and slippery I don't think gives me much.
Okay. See, I've got one more word that I think...
But how far are we down? I've only guessed 2.
You got 2 correct, and we have 5 words to you that we've used.
That's not great.
Another one will be, hopefully the next one you'll get it, and that would be 6 words. So that's 2 per...
Yeah, 2 per...
Which we're allowed.
This is not bad.
It's okay.
A lot of this waiting around you can cut out to make me seem smarter than I am. WD-40 and slippery.
Hey, can you make him seem smarter than he is?
My brain is expanding. And it's not oil. It can't be oil because you wouldn't have gone WD-40 first. Lubricant. No?
No. Okay. All right. This...
Is it a technicality here?
No. No, it's not. You're describing what it is. I'm going to go in a different direction.
But is it a verb?
Yes and no.
Lube?
Okay, don't think... No, stop.
Okay.
Just stop.
Okay, sorry.
I'm going to go in a different direction. And I want you to just... I really hope your knowledge of pop culture helps you here.
Okay. I would not bank on it.
Travolta.
Oh, Grease.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. We saved it there.
That's tough.
That is tough.
That's... What else would you have gone there?
All right. For the 4th word, we have 6 words that we've used, meaning 9 words remaining.
That's okay. We can do that.
We can do that.
Just need a 1 here. Need a oneer. We need one of these to be a oneer. Can't have a 3-banger.
Workplace. Don't think too hard. Stop thinking too hard. Shrink that brain, please.
That's just... Shrink it?
Just don't think too hard.
Job. It's like a... Okay. Workplace, job.
All right, I've got a 1 word, similar vein to Travolta, to Grease.
Okay.
Carell.
Office.
Yes.
Our special guest has entered the zone.
Yeah, she is now just discovering the table. All right, next word. Sit.
Just logical. Down. Sit.
Furniture.
Chair.
All right, we've used 10 words and we've got 3 left.
Doable.
5. Very doable.
Very doable.
We've been in this position before.
We need a 1. We need a oneer.
I don't know if I can get this in 1. Unless it's hyphenated. I'm going to do it in 2, but I'm going to give you the first word just as a precursor.
Yeah, give me a chance.
Basketball.
Hoop.
All right, basketball. Easy.
Basketball easy.
Oh no, this might not be. I should have gone a different direction.
I don't understand. No, I know. Layup.
Yes, great job, all by
Is that a
yourself.
free throw? I was like, yikes.
Basketball easy. Okay. So we're at 12.
That's got to be cheating.
No,
You
what do you,
mimed
no,
it.
there's no visual. No, it's fine.
Cut
that.
Cut it.
Word number 7. We have 3 words left to use and 2 words to guess.
This is crunch time. This is clutch time.
All right, this.
Try and change your approach.
I'm okay. I just want to remind, and this has got no tactical advantage whatsoever behind it. I just want to remind everyone that the word you're guessing can be 2 words. Monopoly. Just don't think. Just don't think.
Well, the first. No.
Actually, maybe think out loud.
Because
And then watch my responses.
When you said that I should, that there's two words, and you said monopoly, I thought pass go. But I was like, that's not really an expression that you would write down on paper. And then I went like battleship, because that was one of the pieces there that you could do. There was also like the shoe. They've also got the thumb, tack, and all those other different pieces. You looked gravely upset at me saying battleship. Is battleship right? Is battleship?
No, you're thinking way too hard about this. Make it so much more general.
There's nothing general.
When you think Monopoly,
Monopoly man.
no,
Oh, it's not my guess.
that's not your guess, for the record, Your Honor.
Monopoly. Dude, doing this is not helping me at all.
I thought this would be a layup.
How is this a layup?
When you think Monopoly, generalized, broad.
I said it already.
What did you think? What did you say?
I said pass go.
Is that your guess?
No, it's not my
okay,
guess.
then don't. Why would you say it out loud? Just
Instead
don't
of
think about
talking
this
my
too hard.
thoughts. There's no way I can't think about it too hard. There's 2 words left and I've got 3 chances. So it's difficult.
So if you get this now, we have 2 for the last one,
Yeah.
which I might need. If you don't get this now, we have 1 for the last one, because you'll definitely get it after the next one.
I really want to get it now.
You can get it. Monopoly. What's the first thing you think of when you hear the word Monopoly?
Property. It can't be easy. Like you've referenced the game with a bunch of minutiae in it, and you're like, oh, surely. Taxes, property,
No,
chance
stop,
card,
just stop,
pass
just
go,
stop, just stop.
feuding, all this
Catan.
board game.
Yes.
That's so stupid.
What?
Tabletop would have been better.
Then Monopoly.
Dude, because
No. With everything that I was just saying out to the universe, not to you, to try and get you to think of anything, generalize. Don't think too hard about it. Monopoly. What is it?
That's not. But you got to understand that is not in line with the other questions that you have asked. Or
I
examples.
guarantee you the first thing someone would have said is board game when I said Monopoly.
I'm sure one person did say that.
I'm sure multiple people did. All right, well, we've got one. Let me just...
Are we sure? Just one?
Yes, we've got one. Because we've had 2 on every one, and we've done 7.
Right, okay.
So that's 14.
Okay.
So we literally have to get it within this.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you think?
It'd have to be a monumental clutch here.
I've got 2 different options.
Pressure's all on you here, really.
I know. That's why I'm thinking about this.
You gotta guide me.
I'm gonna guide you.
Or just change the word.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Are you a train?
I guess so. I'm guiding it to you.
Guiding me.
Okay. I really only have 2 options.
What do you have?
I mean, I have a lot of options.
Okay.
Oh, okay. If you get this, I'm going to take a swing out of left field. I don't know if that's the right term, but I'm going to swing for the fences. It's probably the better term.
Yep.
All right. This is like, we got 10 seconds left on the shot clock, but I'm going to shoot it from 3/4. Okay. So I could have a hard 3, but I'm going to go for an open shot, but it's a difficult shot.
Okay.
Is my mentality.
Yeah, I
of
think
this.
you get benched if you did that.
All right. Croc. Oh, no. Wait, no, I said it in a way. Please don't think that. Please don't think what I think. You think out loud. And
So, look, when you said croc, I assume not plural.
Okay. Yeah.
Because my initial thought was the shoe.
But that would be so easy to get you to.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you would have just said crocs. But then again, that's just a silly one to use to describe a shoe. So croc could be alligator, you know? There's similar.
Again, I would have done something so much harder.
And that makes it so fucking difficult because what the hell? you know.
Okay, I feel as though I've set you up for failure here.
Like, what? This
And-
is not exactly a pigeonhole sort of.
Timeout, refs. Coach is pulling me off. Wasn't the shot to take.
No, really wasn't. You were not Halle Berry.
You'll understand why I said it.
Okay.
Just keep thinking out loud. Within the context of me deliberating so much, why would I have said croc?
Well, that's kind of the entire fucking point of the game.
Exactly. So think about it.
What's this, dude?
Croc! Croc! Croc!
Repeating it is not going to help me.
Croc! Croc!
Crock what, dude? Crock pot.
Yes! Yes!
That was a bizarre one. Lucky I thought to think out loud. You know, really get through the process there.
Do you see my frustration with the last one?
We need to go to the commissioner and talk about the rules here and whether or not you're allowed to intensely mime or gesture.
Wait. I've just checked with the commissioner. He's perfectly fine.
He's still with that?
He's chill with it. He's just a chill guy. Maybe because he was, you know, on some of the croc enator stuff.
Maybe.
Maybe. We did it. We did it. We finally did it. There's a tear streaming from my eye. The day has finally come.
There's going to be some contention around this.
There's no contention. And if there is any contention, please, if you have any contention, please do not send it to us because I won't hear a bar of it. And if you do send it to us, send it to Kurt because I will just disagree.
Let's move on and forget about it.
Kurt,
Hello.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how athletic would you say you are? And be modest. Or don't. It's your decision.
I think, look, 7?
7 out of 10?
Yeah.
What, 10 being LeBron James and
Oh, probably not. I mean, like, in terms of my
One being-
personal capability.
you know, an 80-year-old who has lost function of their legs.
Lost function. Yeah. If that's the scale, yeah, maybe a 6.
6?
I don't think I'm LeBron, but I'm definitely further away from.
I would have to
old
agree
man.
with you. I feel around a 5, 6, depending on the day and the healthiness of my body.
Yeah.
Over the years, I have grown increasingly more confident in a specific opinion that I have about a very popular sport here in Australia.
I think I know where you're going with this.
And it's something that stemmed deep into my childhood.
Yep.
I believe that out of all of the professional sports, I think cricket is one of the least athletic, like the lowest bar of athleticness required.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I've held a very strong opinion that I and the average or slightly above average athlete could become a professional cricketer.
Just walk in there. I feel like it's a somewhat common like conversation people have. It's like, okay, how long would you need prep-wise to be able to play professional cricket?
Yeah.
And I honestly think if you give me 2 months, if that's all I'm doing is trying to be a cricketer, I could go and I could walk in, I could play for Australia. And I'd be
Be hitting sixes, no worries.
no worries at all. Yeah, it's just like if baseball was easy. Like, yes, the ball is going fast. And yes, like it's, you know, got to guard your stumps and whatnot. But you're using a boat paddle to hit quite a large ball.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if you just put the bat in the way of the ball, you're gonna
It's
get
gonna
runs.
happen. Well, considering we both have the same viewpoint in this is going to make this week's Change My
Yeah.
Mind so much better
Yeah.
or more entertaining, I would say.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Change My Mind is a segment we have where we have a point of conversation that either we agree or disagree with. Doesn't matter. We're going to flip a coin, and whoever wins that coin toss will determine who is for and who is against, and we have to create our arguments and essentially try and change the other person's mind.
Yep.
That's wrong!
Don't say
Objection, Your Honor! No, I've got a different
Actually,
opinion.
you're fine if you go to the statistics.
There's only one way to settle this. Change my mind.
Above or below 4?
I'm going to go with below 4.
Okay, so 3 to 1. It's a 1.
It's a 1, meaning
choose.
I'm choosing. And I'm going to say, Kurt, you are going to argue against
Yeah, no
that
kidding.
cricket couldn't be achieved by the lay athletic person in a couple months.
bring toward your argument?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I would like you to go first.
Yeah, great. Of course you would. Look, I think cricket gets a bad rap. Okay, it's an old man sport. It's very accessible, and everybody's really had a hand in it throughout, their childhood. So it gets a sense of familiarity, which I think will sort of, mystify the skill required to play cricket. Because, yeah, I'm sure you're good against a bowler who's, your dad or one of your friends or something, but they're not a professional bowler. Those balls are going really fast.
How fast would you imagine they're going? Just really fast?
Well, it's not even the fastness of the ball, A lot of it has to do with the spin on when it hits the floor, because the big difference between that and other bat and ball sports is that because people often refer to cricket as a less interesting tennis, right? And in the way they bat the ball back and forth, and it bounces on the floor, and that's really matters. They also call it like a less interesting most things, but I just feel like that's completely undeserved.
For someone who's arguing for it, you sound.
I'm going through it, and I'm refuting the commonly made arguments to make it more difficult for you, because that's just not right. So look, that ball's going fast, and it's scary. It's scary to have a ball. How much time do I have?
I don't know.
It's a scary ball because it's hard. It's a hard ball, and if you're not looking at it, sometimes it can bounce past you. It's tough. And also bowling that fast, man, is actually, really difficult to do if you haven't spent 2 weeks trying to figure out how to do it. So
we're gonna have just a very small round of applause for that. Thank you. Well, I guess it's my go then. Look, yeah, the ball's scary, but the average athletic person, not full of fear, I would say. To put it lightly, essentially a lot of what cricket is just watered down baseball, and it's a sport that a lot of Australians learn when they're young and they master very quickly. And those who play really good cricket are essentially just really good at running from, one end of 100 meters to the other end of 100 meters in succession. Now, does that take some level of athleticism? Absolutely. But let's say you put a professional...
It's not even that far.
Is it not? I thought
it's like 20 meters.
Oh. Are you running from one end of 20 meters to the other end of meters? Wow. Are you running from one end of 20 meters to the other? Yes. Does that take some level of athleticism? Sure. Do you have to do it quickly? Of course. You take the average AFL player, the average professional basketball player, you put them... Actually, no. Take it down. Amateur basketball, amateur AFL, amateur NRL, whatever sport you deem to be fully athletic. You put them in on a cricket pitch and they're succeeding regardless of who's bowling and whatnot. Sure, bowls go quick. They have a lot of spin. But essentially with, like you said, a boat paddle, you have the back of a guitar to hit this ball, and you're hitting it not that far out. It's like 100 meters around, 100 meters radius for this pitch. I'm sure it's more. That seems about right, actually.
Yeah, it's not that far.
You don't have that far to hit.
I reckon I could hit a 6 off 10 balls from the best bowler in the league. You give me 10 balls to hit, I'm hitting a 6.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's no way you could do that.
I think at the end of the day, cricket is a fun sport to play Christmas Day in your backyard. But on the professional level, do I think it takes a large amount of athleticism? No. And I'm fairly confident if you gave me 6 months to train and learn the technique of bowling and batting, I could do it.
Yeah, rock up to tries, you'd smash it.
Yeah.
I wish, look, I could try and refute here. The only thing to say for my argument is the layman probably...
The layman, obviously not.
Doesn't have the reaction speed required, like the lay athlete, Nah,
Yeah.
but you may, if it's amateur for literally anything else, you could do cricket.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah. I just
want to make a massive point. I'm not saying you pluck a random person from the pub, put them on a cricket pitch. Not saying that. I'm saying a decently high-leveled athlete in myriad of other sports. Take basketball, for example. Someone who plays in the NBL 1 could play on a cricket pitch.
Yeah, easy. Absolutely true. Yeah, look, you've changed my mind. Okay, I've got a question.
I'm ready to answer.
I've just been thinking about this a little bit recently. I've had a few different gigs in my life, but there's just so many out there. If you look at the structure of any business, there's a lot of jobs in there, and I figured in some of these huge corporations, there's got to be jobs in there that are like some people don't even know what they are, and you get to sort of fly under the radar. You do your job, whatever it is, and you get to skate by. You still get a paycheck. I'm wondering how many, or even if there are jobs out there that I could like slip into unnoticed and not be,
Slip into unnoticed.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we could
Not get in
find
trouble.
a business that we could try and call up and get a position?
Well, like what position, like the positions that I've been brainstorming, I reckon I'd be okay as a HR officer. I'm quite a compassionate person.
I would say so as well.
Just determining whether something's right or wrong. A consultant.
Okay, time out on the consultant, because I, to this day, don't know what a consultant is.
Exactly right.
I've been told from friends of consultants and consultants themselves that a lot of what they do is just making PowerPoint presentations.
Sounds like you need to talk to this guy.
Hey, we've got a consultancy agency that's actually for this specific type of product. We're going to send you to them.
Yeah.
And they will just do it back and forth.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Yeah, I
What are
don't
you
know.
consulting?
But we could find out.
Is it just like, is it someone going, imagine you've got a conundrum. Imagine your friend is really good at IKEA building and you go, I can't build this desk, this doom cloud. I cannot build it for the life of me.
No, you can't.
Hey, can you help me? Sure. Is that all a consultant is? Because in my understanding, that's what it is.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I think we could probably find out. I know a consultant. We could call them up and ask them.
We should try that.
Pin
that.
I think I could probably be a manager. But then again, like it really depends on the field. But all I'm trying to say is, and what I'll be interested in researching or exploring is how many jobs in a corporation I could feasibly do with very little to no training. Like there's got to be people out there that's like, I really don't do much
Like
at my job.
molecular biologist.
I'm not
We're
doing
going to
that.
scratch that off the list. Not sure I could do that.
GP, squiggly line,
I mean, I'm good at writing really messy handwriting, but I don't think anything else.
prescriptions and references,
Yeah.
doctor's notes and stuff. Like I'm not going to get in there and, be a lawyer. Couldn't do that.
No Mike Ross is here.
No, unfortunately not. So that's what I mean. Like there's definitely, there's a hole there. And I reckon we just,
We need to
get our best bathing suits on and dive straight into that hole.
Yeah.
Get
I
prepared.
agree.
Get prepared.
Do you have any bathing suits I could borrow? Because I've left mine at home.
We don't need it right now. We'll figure it
Okay,
out.
we'll get it next time.
But I think there's room here. I
There's
think
room.
I think there's room to grow, and I think there's also room to expose holes in businesses.
Why don't I find someone whose consultancy business is particular for this specific scenario, that is good at finding holes in other people's businesses and diving right through them?
That'd be great.
Let's call them up.
Let's call them up.
Go.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's some low energy stuff right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Kurt.
Hey, James.
Thank you. That's so much better. Yeah. Much better. You know what we are experts of?
What's that?
Posting to our pipes.
Absolutely true.
Absolutely true.
Getting there.
It is getting there. You might have seen a couple. Go for it. There are going to be a lot of stories up in the next week. If you want to be a part of who's doing the forfeits, don't worry. You'll be refreshed with every single It's Pertinent Point competition. You'll be refreshed with them. Go to the pipes at It's Pertinent Podcast on every single form of social media. Please vote on Instagram, the stories. Please vote for me, not because you like me the most, because you think mine are the best.
There's going to be some payoff soon with the anonymous trip down to Melbourne to complete all of the forfeits I've been piling up over the last 3 months. We decided on this just for now before we get our courage up to do it in our hometown.
Yes, we need to test it out in new areas, the lands that we have told no one where we're going, down in Melbourne, the secret trip to Melbourne.
Secret and an anonymous trip.
The anonymous trip to Melbourne CBD.
But that'll be coming up soon, so make sure you keep an eye on all Spotify and YouTube, which is where we post the pod.
Exactly.
Yeah, so video is kind of our
Preferred form of engagement.
It is. I think it's a bit more entertaining, but we also exist in audio form. So until the next pod, James,
Make sure-
you said you had something inspirational you wanted to say.
Yeah, so basically...